welcome to my channel. My name is Brianne Beebe. I'm a high school math teacher and I'm kind of known for being really organized. Today's video was a viewer request and I'm sharing basically what's inside my planners / how I plan. This is not about my teacher planner. I did a video for that already, which I'll have linked down below, and not a lot has changed, so it's not time for an updated one yet, but I will when the time comes. Personally, I have to change up my planning every few months. I just noticed that when I'm using the same method for a while, it starts to get stale and I stop following it and it stops working for me, so I end up having to change it up and try something else. Last year, I relied heavily on a template that I got as being part of the 40-hour teacher workweek club, and it was a great to-do list, and what I loved about it was that things were sectioned off, and it was like before school, morning, afternoon, and then like after school. So that worked out for me really well last year. This year, it fell apart very early on in the year, and I think it was just because my schedule this year is nuts. So I created my own template that I used and I uploaded it onto my iPad and would fill it in each week using the GoodNotes app. That was working really well for me, but like I said before, it got stale and I stopped really following it. Then I switched to taking Post-it notes, the lined Post-it notes that are longer, and I would just write out a list, stick it on my desk, and cross it off as I went. And that was great for a while. For me, I don't stick with a simple to-do list for very long. I really need things structured in a way so that I know what to do and when. This planner goes back and forth with me to school because it's small and it fits in my bag very easily, and it would fit in a purse if I needed to bring it someplace else. And it's very simple, but I buy these from Target every year in July. There's tabs for the calendars, so we'd have the calendar pages, which I don't use too much. I kind of use them if something's coming up and it's like way far in advance, and then I will take the pages that they have for the different days and I use these for my to-do lists. So this is the planner that I use at home. It's one of the chunkier planners. It's more of like a fun planner, and it's from Michaels. It's their brand Recollections, and it is just like the Happy Planner or the Erin Condren planners, but a lot cheaper. So I watched the sales. These will go on sale for 60% off at some point around the time that you would start using it, and then they're only $12. So this is the planner that I use to plan out anything going on at home. Like, honestly, I've had to write out when to do which loads of laundry. I've had to write out what we're making for dinner and when. My husband and I have been sitting down on Sunday nights and just going through our schedules for the week, anything that's going on, and I've been filling in like stuff for my planner here. So I'll do a close-up of this also. I just like having the two separate planners because I keep my life at home and my life at school kind of separated and compartmentalized. So it makes sense for me to have two different planners. So let's take a closer look at what's in my planners. This is what I was using at the beginning of the school year. I have templates that I uploaded to the GoodNotes app, so I'm able to actually write in here with the Apple Pencil, and I like the lasso tool because I could essentially just circle around something and move it to a different spot. And this was one template that I used, and this was for my before school or at home to-do list for Monday through Friday. This was my main to-do list that I used. I have potentially 4 different prep periods, so I was able to use this template with this weekly layout to essentially be able to see at a glance when I had a prep period or when I actually had a class or a duty period. And I would set this all up at the beginning of each week and then go through and fill in my to-do list. So eventually I got tired of this and it didn't really work out so great, and so I moved to using this planner. This is essentially the same planner that I've used my entire teaching career. I buy one of these every year. So I use the month pages to fill in any appointments, meetings, etc. And then I started using the weekly spreads for my to-do lists. So I like how these are split up for each day. There's space here to write in anything you need, and then there's an actual to-do list with the check boxes, but I like to cross things out. I find that to be much more satisfying. So since I no longer have that grid to see all the preps that I have to do, I started writing them in here where I just have information. If I have a meeting or something, I'd also write that in here. So I put those in green, and then anything that I'm doing during the school day, I use in blue. Anything that I'm doing before school, I put in purple. And then anything that I'm doing after school or like at home, I'm going to put in pink. So I actually use the Inkjoy gel pens in this planner. And then I have my at-home planner, and I'm not going to go into too much depth with this one because I do not use it consistently. So in this one, I'm planning out anything that I'm doing at home, like what we're having for dinner. And then I also have a color code for this, so like anything in pink I'm doing for my blog, anything in purples for my email list, orange I have for YouTube. So I don't really use this all that well, to be honest, but I have it and it kind of keeps me organized sometimes. This is all financial information that I just want to keep covered. You know, when Russell takes a bath, I have that in there, what I'm posting. And then down here, I'll kind of keep like a longer to-do list and kind of try and fill in my week as I go. But like I said, I don't really do anything consistently here. So that's how I use my planners. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you have something that you do that's different, that works for you, that you'd like to share with everyone else, please do so. If you have any requests for future videos, leave them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.